Welcome to Boothbound 2021. What? Okay. Welcome to Boothbound 2021. We are so excited to be able to meet with you virtually today. We are coming to you live from Peterson Hall at Booth University College in Winnipeg, Manitoba. My name is Kaylee Gillis, and I am the Salvationist Admissions Counselor at Booth University College. I am also a recent Booth UC grad. I finished my Booth UC religion degree in April 2020. Not only that, but I am also a lifelong Salvationist, and I recognize many of your names.
My name is Keegan, and I am the High School Admissions Counselor at Booth University College. I'm excited to be joining you for this Boothbound. Boothbound looks a little different than other years, but we hope that this will be an opportunity to inform and inspire you on what your time at Booth University College will look like. As we progress through the event, feel free to ask questions or make comments in the chat, where OC, our colleague, will be able to answer your questions. Kaylee?
We are so grateful to have our territorial leader here with us to pray over our time together. Not only does Commissioner Tidd lead the entire Canada and Bermuda territory, but he's an active part of our community as Chancellor of Booth University College. We are grateful that he took the time to greet us today. Now, originally, our event was supposed to be held in October 2020, so you will hear reference to that, but let's hear his greeting.
Greetings. I'm happy to have this opportunity to welcome you all to Boothbound 2020. As the Territorial Commander of the Canada and Bermuda Territory and Chancellor of Booth University College, I am doubly pleased to be with you at this virtual and global Salvationist youth event. As the youth of today, you will become our leaders of tomorrow. Education will play an important role in your development as you prepare for the challenges of the future. As the Salvation Army's degree-granting institution, Booth University College is in a unique position to provide you with post-secondary education in an environment where our shared Salvationist faith and identity is cultivated. Through the wonders of technology, Boothbound 2020 is gathering together more of you than ever before. Enjoy the event as you hear from faculty and staff of Booth University College. Explore the programs that Booth has to offer. See a bit of the campus and of Winnipeg, and of course, have fun. Thanks for your interest and for investing your time today in this first ever virtual Boothbound experience. As we begin this time together, allow me to offer this prayer. Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, today is a joyous occasion as youth from around the world gather in a way that has become so familiar to us in these past months. We are grateful that there are ways for us to share together when we must remain distant. I pray that as youth from around the globe participate in Boothbound, your spirit will be leading and recognizable to the young people. Allow them to feel your presence and your hand as staff at Booth University College share with them the opportunities available to them. God, you are remarkable in the way that you know the plans for every one of us. We know that choosing a university and taking next steps can be stressful. I pray your peace over those in this position. Bring people into the lives of these young people to walk with them and allow them to be receptive to your guidance. God, I pray that each one of these young people tuning in today will be inspired by you and the plan that you have for their life. I pray that Boothbound will be an exciting, fun experience that brings Salvationists together as we find unity in the desire for a faith-based education. While we come from all over, we are reminded of our shared love for Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen, and God bless you.
Thank you, Commissioner Tidd, for that amazing prayer and greeting. Now, I know many of you may be wondering, what it is like to be a Salvationist in Winnipeg. When I moved from Toronto, I left a very big core, and I found myself needing a new church community. This was scary, I get that. Winnipeg has a vibrant Salvation Army culture with 6 different corps, all with different worship styles. If you want to play in the band, we have an option for that. If you're into a more contemporary style, we have corps with that as well. Our Salvation Army churches in Winnipeg love having Booth UC students and are ready to receive and support you on your academic journey. I was so grateful for my corps and how they supported me and loved me along the way. I wouldn't have felt as comfortable moving out of province if I didn't have the Salvation Army connection. We really are one big family, and that is evident in the way that students are received here. We want to introduce you to one of our corps officers in Winnipeg at Heritage Park Temple, Captain Josh Howard, who took the time today to say hello.
Hello and greetings from Winnipeg, a great city with a rich Salvation Army history. My name's Captain Josh Howard, and along with my wife Tina, we're the corps officers at Heritage Park Temple. We're grateful to be the officers at one of the 6 corps or churches in Winnipeg. Each church offers a variety of worship experiences, ministries and programs, and community connections and outreach opportunities. We hope that you, as prospective students, will make one of these churches your home church during your studies at Booth University College. Please be assured of our prayers for you as prospective students as you continue to follow God's leading in your life. God bless.
Thank you, Captain Josh Howard. We are so fortunate to have these corps in Winnipeg to support our student community. Ask any of our current students or alumni, and they will tell you how important their corps was to their journey at Booth University College. And now, we move on to a fun game.
So you are going to need to go to the link that will be on the screen. It's www.kahoot.it. I'm sure many of you have played Kahoots before. So when that gets up there, we're going to get you to enter your name. And we'll just give you a few seconds to do that. There we go. All right, so you can go to the website and enter the ID or game PIN code that you will see at the top of the screen. So yeah, go ahead and log in. Some of you might have the app already downloaded. You can use that too, but if not, www.kahoot.it.
And then you'll just want to type in the game pin that you see on the top of your screen there. It's 5570731. Awesome.
Oh, there's one.
We got some students coming in.
Bramwell, Avery, and Amelia, thanks for hopping on the game. We'll give it another minute. There might be some more people. Oh yeah, so we'll give it another minute. I do want to say that we do have a prize for the winner of today's game, and it is a Booth UC swag prize package. So there's lots of fun things in there that you can win with this game.
Got 8 people now, awesome.
Okay, we're up to 10. Give another minute for you to join. Hopefully that's working well. 11, this is great. 14 players.
Okay.
Once it looks like that everyone's in, we'll give it a second. But because people are still signing on, we'll give them a minute. Okay. That looks like everyone has jumped on. That's great. So we're going to go ahead and start the game. All right.
Okay.
So you're going to play along with the device in your hand, and you'll see the questions and the answers on the screen. So for question number 1, how many years ago was Catherine Booth Bible College founded? 96, 21, 39, or 21?
What are you thinking, Kaylee?
Well, don't want to say.
6.
So go ahead and put your answers in. All right, so 39 years ago. No one got that one right.
Okay.
All right, so now you know how it works. We're going to go on to question 2.
Okay. Question 2. How many programs does Booth University College have? Or offer, my bad. 9, 12, 8, or 5?
All right, we see the answers coming in. There's 6 answers. 6 people have answered, so
7.
5 more seconds. Hit your answers on your phone or your device that you're using. All right, only one person got that one. We have 8 programs at Booth UC.
Perfect.
All right, let's see who's in the lead. Bramwell. Bramwell is in the lead. Nicely done.
Okay, question 3. When did Booth UC become a university college? We got 1882, 1982, 1700, or 2010.
So when did we add Booth UC to our name, or the UC to Booth UC?
Got 12 answers.
Yeah.
1 second
All right.
left.
Nice. 2010. Wow, only 2 of you got that one. Good job.
Who's still in the lead?
All right, so we had some people added to the board. That's great. Let's go to the next question. How many people are enrolled at Booth University College? 630, 463, 526, or 836? How many students at Booth UC?
Got 10 answers. 11.
Oh, they're coming in quickly now.
Or just a couple more seconds.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh.
463. Only
One person got it right. Good job.
Let's see who's.
Oh, Avery. Nicely done. Avery, you've been on our website. All right, let's go to the next question. How many countries are represented in Booth UC's student body? 40, 5, 2, or 20? Oh, people are answering quickly.
Got 9 seconds left. Oh,
There we go. 16 people.
okay. 20 countries only. Oh, 6 people got that one right.
Nicely
That's
done.
awesome.
We should see some movement on the board now. Oh, look at that. Neil has jumped into first place with Denny right behind him.
Nice.
Nicely done. All right, let's go to the next question.
Question 6. Booth University College's newest program is Interdisciplinary Arts, Community and Urban Transformation Studies, Religion, or Applied Psychology.
What is the newest program?
This, I'm not entirely sure how many people are going to get it right. We'll see, though.
This one's tough.
Oh, 3
Hey,
people.
3 people. Nicely done.
Community and Urban Transformation Studies is the newest program. We're so excited to share more with that.
All right. Jen and Joyce moving up the board. Very good. All right. Neil's still in first place, though, so let's go to the next question.
What is Booth University College's
Commitment. Education for a better world. How will you transform your city? Blood and fire, or Booth UC doesn't have one?
13 answers.
All right. Hey, 4 people got that right. Nicely done. Yes, it is Education for a Better World. Lots of you. Yep, good job. Okay. Oh, Jen has an answer streak. Nicely done, Jen. All right, we're going to go to the next question.
Next question. Okay, question 8. Where in Winnipeg is Booth University College located? 447 Webb, oh my goodness, Webb Place, 460 Portage, 447 Webb, and 290 Vaughan, or 555 Main Street.
All right.
Okay.
It is 447 Webb and 290 Vaughan. So the 2 of you that got that right, nicely done. The first one was technically right, but it wasn't the full answer. So a lot of you were fooled by that. But let's continue. All right, Avery moving on up, nicely done. All right, next question. What is the name of the main campus building at Booth University College? The Waldron Building, the Burke Building, Blood and Fire Campus, or the Catherine Booth Building?
This is going to be a tough one.
See if they've been looking at our website.
5 more seconds.
Oh, answers are slower this time. Yes, it is the Waldron Building.
One person, nice.
Nicely done.
Let's see.
Oh, Neil, good job, Neil.
Nice.
Still in first place. All right, what's next? How many degree-granting institutions does the Salvation Army have? 12, 3, 6, or 1? So institutions that grant degrees.
10 more seconds left.
Oh, people were pretty quick on this one.
Let's see here.
1. All right, someone snuck in there right at the end. 6. Or sorry, 6 people got it right with 1. Good job. All right, let's see. Oh, lots of movement there. Nice, but Neil is still in first place.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Just a few more.
What are the colors of Booth UC? Is it blue, green, red, blue, yellow, red, yellow, green, red, or white, blue, red? I have no idea what the colors are. 5 more seconds. Only 11 answers.
11
Okay.
answers came in. And 7 of you got it right.
Yes.
Blue, yellow, and red. Just like the Salvation Army. Very good. Let's see. Oh, lots of movement. Jen and Avery moving on up, but Neil still in first place with quite a bit ahead. So
wow.
He's hard to beat. All right, let's go to the next one. What is the amount awarded in tuition in the new Canada and Bermuda Territory Award? 40% for 1 year, 100% of your tuition for 3 years, 50% for 2 years, or 50% for all 4 years? What is the award?
About 5 seconds left.
10 answers in.
Let's see. 5 people,
No, sorry, 2 people got it right. Nicely done. You have been on the website.
50% for 2 years. That's awesome.
All right, let's see what the standings look like. Oh, just a little bit of movement, but everyone kind of stayed in the same spot. Neil still in first place.
Okay.
All right, I think we have one more question.
Our final question.
It is a multi-select, so there's more than one right answer. Dr. Donald Burke is a famous Winnipeg rapper, a professor of religion, Booth UC's interim president, or Booth UC's oldest student. Who is Dr. Donald Burke?
8 answers.
Oh, they're slower this time. One more second. All right. Oh, lots of you got the professor of religion, but he is also our interim president. Nicely done. Let's see our final standings. So Jen in 3rd place. Neil in, someone passed Neil. Wow. And in 1st place, we have Avery. Congratulations, nice. Avery, and congratulations to all 3 of you on our leaderboard. We're going to come back to prizes at the end, but that was a lot of fun. Thanks for playing. Yeah, so again, thanks for playing. That was great. Well, we can't have you here at Booth UC. We thought it would be great if we could bring Booth UC to you. So now we're going to move into an informative video showing you the Booth UC campus, which includes our residence. And our residence is home to many of our current Salvation Army students. I had a great time in residence and on campus, as we really are one big family. With this, it is really important when you move away from home. So let's take a look at Booth UC.
Hi there, and welcome to Booth University College. Booth UC is a private Christian institution in the heart of downtown Winnipeg. We combine Christian faith and rigorous scholarship with a commitment to education for a better world. If you are looking for a supportive and connected student community, Booth UC is the perfect place. Being in downtown Winnipeg means you can walk to places like the Forks, the Winnipeg Art Gallery, and Bell MTS Place. Let's take a look at why so many of our students call this place home. The main campus building, or the Waldron building, is located at 447 Webb Place. Our front desk and student services team are available as you walk in. If you need a question answered, this is the place to be. Located right off the main entrance is the Commons. It's a student space where you can study, watch TV, or play pool. Also conveniently located on the main floor is one of the most popular gathering places at Booth UC, Booth Bistro. The Bistro offers fantastic food at great prices. At Booth UC, your academic success is highly important to us. Located in the basement is Booth UC's Academic Learning Center. The ALC provides in-person and virtual support, email appointments, workshops, and study sessions. Our film lab is also in the basement level and offers a comfortable place for English and film studies students to view new releases and classic films. This is Booth UC's Social Work Lab. Booth UC's social work students use this lab to facilitate learning. They can take part in group video sessions, practice their skills, and receive feedback from professors. At Booth UC, you are more than just a number. That is why our maximum class capacity is 50 students. Our focus is on creating student-centered small classes where you will quickly get to know your professors and classmates. The Hetherington Chapel is host to our weekly community gatherings, student worship band, and Bible study group. If you're in need of a quiet study space or an area to hang out with friends, our third-floor lounge is a great spot. Or if you want some fresh air, our rooftop patio is a great spot to study during the warmer months. Need to get in touch with your professor? Faculty offices are conveniently located in 2 wings on the 3rd floor. Living on campus is very affordable, and your monthly fee includes a meal plan at our bistro. Residence is on the upper floors of our main campus building. Each floor has great common areas to cook, watch TV, lounge, and do laundry. Located a short walk from the Waldron building is Peterson Hall, newly renovated in 2015. Here you will find state-of-the-art classrooms, our school for continuing studies, and our library. One of the main hubs at Booth UC is the John Fairbank Memorial Library. A great feature of Booth UC's academic program is that each student is assigned their own personal librarian. If you're looking for a quality university experience that focuses on your individual needs, one that brings together Christian faith and a passion for learning and service, you'll find it at Booth University College.
So now that you have seen our campus, I want to introduce you to a favorite professor of mine, Dr. Michael Boyce. Dr. Boyce is the Vice President Academic and the Dean. He oversees all of the academic programs, but is also in the classroom. So I had the opportunity to take a few literature courses with him over my time at Booth UC. Dr. Boyce is passionate about literature and film studies, and he carries that into the classroom. So here he is to give you a little bit of a background on our academic programs.
The School of Humanities and Social Science houses English, film studies, interdisciplinary studies, religion, psychology, behavioral science, and our upcoming program in urban transformation.
You might ask yourself, why would I take a BA in English at Booth UC? And we would say, because you want to find out how stories shape who we are.
We encourage students to engage with a lot of the kind of what we call cultural studies approaches to literature, and not just literature, but to culture. So for instance, we teach courses on media studies, we teach courses on film, we teach courses on, say, Christianity and popular culture.
A BA in interdisciplinary studies, because I want to solve problems in new ways.
Booth's new creative theme, Why Booth UC? Because I want to solve problems in new ways, speaks to the value of Booth's interdisciplinary degree because it emphasizes our students' curiosity for learning, and it also helps them resist a society that values education as a means to an end rather than as a beginning.
A BA in religion, perhaps? Because I want to learn how faith challenges culture.
The relationship between religion and culture is very complex. The two interact in very dynamic ways and very fluid ways. And so students will quickly discover how faith challenges culture, as well as how culture challenges faith.
A BA in behavioral sciences because I want to build up my community.
Behavioral sciences strives to understand behaviors in an interdisciplinary approach, combining psychology with sociology. We like to hold these disciplines in tension in order to gain a richer understanding of behaviors.
A BA in psychology because I want to help people care for themselves and others.
We support our students in an opportunity to take the skills they develop through our classes, go out into the world, and get real hands-on experience helping others.
So, we've covered the School of Humanities and Social Sciences and how an education and its programs affect change in our communities in positive ways. At Booth UC, the relationship between professors and students is very important and is one of the key elements in the success of those who study with us.
There's so much to explore with humanities and social sciences. For instance, we are launching a new program in this school called Community and Urban Transformation Studies in fall 2021. We would love to tell you more about it in a phone call or an email, so expect to hear from us. Now, let's move on to explore the schools of social work and business with Dr. Boyce.
Our School of Business offers a comprehensive business program at the undergraduate level, giving students a Bachelor of Business Administration.
One program is a 4-year BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration degree. The other one is a 3-year Bachelor of Business Admin degree. And the third program is a Business Diploma program. So we are trying to prepare our students to the real world, and then they would know what to do and how to use these degrees. The specific professional has integrity, ethics, and honesty and transparency. So with Booth, and I know it happens through other programs at Booth University, not just at the business program, we all put a huge emphasis on this side. So if this doesn't prepare the students beside the professional skills and knowledge to the real life, then what is or what does?
And finally, our School of Social Work, which has really been our flagship program. Students there learn the comprehensive skills needed to be social workers in the province of Manitoba or beyond.
So social work, and especially within our program, I think, there is a real interest to get students to become passionate about something. What do you want to change? What do you want to transform? I sort of usually make the joke that if I don't offend you or upset you somewhere in my class, I failed you. Because this should actually create a reaction. You should actually feel strongly about what's going on. What is it that you do with this degree? You go out there and you make a difference. You matter. And the people that you're with, you get the message out there that those people matter. That's the best thing you can do. If you come to our program, we will help you learn how to talk and interact with people on a deeper level to help uncover some of the challenges that they're facing and give them hope for a better future.
All of our students work in the community. That's what we mean by education for a better world. Our students contribute over 30,000 hours to the community every year. And it's been great to have this opportunity to talk to you.
Awesome, and we're back live with a game. This is how it's going to work. Right now, I'm going to give you a minute to run around your house, or two, or your church, or wherever you are right now, whatever COVID regulations and restrictions you're in. And I want you to find one item that you would not leave home without when moving to Booth UC in Winnipeg. Be creative. Once you find it, take a selfie with it on Instagram. It has to be on Instagram. And post it with the hashtag BoothBound2021. If you have a private account, this is really important. If you have a private account, you have to screenshot your post and send it to us in a message to @Booth_UC. That's @Booth_UC. You have 2 minutes to do that. Just one, and we have a prize, a Nintendo Switch for the most creative idea. Ready, set, go. Awesome. I hope you had fun. We'll be announcing who won the Nintendo Switch later in the program. But now I want to discuss something just as exciting to you, admissions requirements. I love these. So for our School of Humanities and Social Science and the School of Business, you will need a 65% overall in 5 grade 12 level courses, S or U, or the equivalent from your province or state. And one of them must be English. If you don't know what this is, that is, if you don't know what the S or U program credit, what that means, we're here to help you with that. Or, so you can contact us at the end of this, or you can contact OC right now in the chat, or you can contact your school guidance office or counselor and they can help you out with this as well. Our School of Social Work has a few different options for entry. You can apply directly out of high school into the social work. We have some just technical difficulties at the moment. Awesome, okay, so I'm gonna just start over. School of Social Work has a few different options for entry, and you can apply directly out of high school into the social work program. If you have an 80% average with at least an 80% in English, you can also apply into a pre-BSW program with the same requirements as the School of Humanities. This would be an opportunity for you to take some university courses before you apply into the School of Social Work. Okay, and finally, we have our Social Work After degree. The Social Work After degree is for those of you who already have completed a university program. The admissions requirements for that program are a 2.5 CGPA and have a suitable undergraduate degree, meaning you took a degree that is somewhat relevant to social work, let's say sociology. Our application is free and takes only minutes to complete. You can access it anytime at boothuc.ca.
One of the biggest announcements we have for you today is about the new Canada and Bermuda Territory Award. This award was newly developed and is going to be given out for the first time in fall 2021. Now, this will give you an award equal to half of your tuition for the first 2 years, plus an additional $2,000 a year for 2 years towards your Booth UC residence fees. To meet this requirement, for the award, you're going to need a 70% average in your top 5 courses, including English, and have a recommendation from your core officer, and also enroll 12 or more credit hours per term. In order to receive this award for your second year, you must maintain a 2.7 GPA, or about a B-, and take at least 12 credit hours per term. You also have to continue attending the Salvation Army at a corps in Winnipeg, and we will get a corps officer recommendation from them. So that would support you for your first 2 years at Booth. But don't worry, we don't leave you hanging after that for your third and fourth year. Both our Salvationist tuition scholarship of $2,000 a year and our Salvationist Residence Award of $1,000 a year are available to you for the later part of your degree. There are other awards that you can apply for, so be sure to check out our view book, which we're going to email or mail to you after this event. And in it, you will find information on our programs, on our residents, and our scholarships, so be sure to check out that.
Next, we are going to have our Dean of Students, Rhonda Friesen, share a little bit about our student services. During your time in university, students sometimes encounter struggles. Our student services team is there for you, whether those challenges are academic, personal, or mental health related. Booth UC offers a range of supports to meet individual needs, and Rhonda will share a little bit about what those are now.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be with you today. My name is Rhonda Friesen, and I'm Dean of Students at Booth University College. I provide oversight to the student services staff, and I have the privilege of working with a great group of students interacting on a daily basis. The focus of our student services team is on enabling our students to thrive through their post-secondary education, and not merely to survive the challenges and requirements that they're going to face through it. Our strategy to accomplish this is twofold. First of all, we focus on supporting our students in terms of their health and well-being to enable them to be successful as students. And secondly, we promote their engagement in community. We know that belonging to a supportive community promotes a positive sense of self, as well as generates excitement and gives a sense of purpose. Our Academic Learning Center is one of the significant ways that we enable our students to succeed in their learning. The ALC offers one-on-one tutoring, as well as workshops on different learning skills, such as surviving in an online learning environment, academic writing, research, and time management skills. Our ALC coordinator, Darla Thiessen, is a teacher by profession, and she leads and trains a team of peer tutors who work alongside our students. Students often tell us that visiting the ALC has made a real difference in their ability to succeed academically, and also to engage in their learning more effectively and have a very positive experience. The ALC, like all of our other student support services, is free of charge for Booth students. Some students undertake their post-secondary studies with the added challenge of a medically documented disability. Booth is committed to being an open and accessible place for all qualified students. We have a number of policies in place to ensure students with disabilities have the services and academic accommodations that they need for their unique learning needs. All of our buildings and classrooms are wheelchair accessible. In fact, Booth UC won a City of Winnipeg Access Award, Circles of Excellence, in 2017 for renovations we undertook to make our facility more accessible. Our Accessibility Services program works with students and instructors to implement academic accommodations such as additional time on assignments and tests, transcription and note-taking services, or voice-to-text software. It's truly exciting and rewarding for me to see students persist through what some might see as significant barriers to their learning and celebrate with them on graduation day. Mental health is a growing concern on post-secondary campuses, and this is especially true during these pandemic times. That's why Booth University College has a number of mental health programs to support our students. Our students are able to contact virtually a professional counselor at any time of the day or night, 365 days of the year, through the My Student Support Program. Booth UC is working in partnership with Morneau Chapelle to provide access to professional counseling that is tailored to post-secondary education students. Booth UC may also access additional mental health supports through the My Wellness program, which is a part of the student supplemental health and dental plan. The My Wellness program offers free mental health assessments, additional access to professional counseling, and supplemental supports such as management advice and advice on budgeting. The last area I want to touch on, and certainly not the least, is the area of personal supports in physical health. We know that there's a direct connection between a student's ability to succeed in their studies and their physical well-being. That's why we ensure that all of our students have access to basic medical assistance, as well as a supplemental health and dental plan. Our campus facilities is equipped with a small gym so that students under COVID guidelines and restrictions can stay active and get some physical exercise. We also work in partnership with local gyms in the area where students are able to access high-quality equipment at reduced rates. Finally, I'd like to take a few moments to talk about the second part of our strategy to ensure that students are thriving during their time at Booth. Part of thriving in a post-secondary education program also depends on the student's ability to connect in meaningful ways. Our small class size and academic advising model means that students will connect quickly with their faculty and often end up seeing their faculty as mentors as well as teachers. Staff make an extra effort to learn students by name and offer individualized services for their needs. But I think the most meaningful connection comes through students being able to connect with each other. Some of our closest student connections come through our Booth residents. Living in residence allows students to learn from each other, to have fun together, and to grow in maturity together. Our Student Services Coordinator, Matthew Peters, works with resident assistants to actively support healthy living and the well-being of resident students. Together, they also plan programs that help each other grow a sense of community, to grow personally, and to have lots of fun doing it. The convenience of being close to their classes, as well as the deliciously famous Booth Bistro meals, makes our residence experience a highlight for many students. Finally, Booth UC is an institution that's founded on the Christian values, principles, and passion for service that is indicative of the Salvation Army. Our faculty and staff bring a commitment to a Christian worldview, but our student body comes from many diverse backgrounds and represents the rich diversity of the world around us. It is our diversity that makes Booth an enriching place to learn, and it is our commitment to respecting and caring for each other that makes it a great community to be a part of. This school really does live out its commitment to education for a better world. I would like to welcome any conversations that might help you better imagine what a Booth UC education is like and what it might mean for you or for someone you know. Thanks.
Thanks, Rhonda. So Kaylee caught up with a few alumni on Zoom a little while ago, and they chatted a little bit about their experience at Booth UC. Caitlin Gillingham, Laura Haptic, and Emma McNeely are all Salvationists who are using their Booth UC degrees to transform their communities or continue on in education. Let's check out what these three Booth UC grads had to say.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the time that I spent with Caitlin, Laura, and Emma, so I thank them so much for coming to share their stories. So yeah, let's roll that tape. All right, hi everybody, and thank you so much for coming on Zoom today so we can talk a little bit about your experience at Booth and where you are now. Just so while we get started, can we go around and just introduce ourselves and just tell me where you were from, what program you took, and what you're doing now?
Sure, I'll start. My name is Emma McNeely. I studied at Booth in the business department. I got my BBA and Bachelor's of Business Administration, and I currently live in Winnipeg, although I'm not from there. I'm actually from Burlington, Ontario. I moved out here for school, and then I met my husband and stayed. And so right now, my husband and I are living here in Winnipeg, and I currently work as a accountant / leasing agent at a property management firm.
I'll go next. My name is Laura Haptic. I graduated from Booth in 2018 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in religion. I'm from Newfoundland. I'm an officer's kid, so I move around a lot. And right now I'm currently living in Red Deer, Alberta. I'm studying remotely at Yale Divinity School, going for my Master of Arts in Religion with a concentration on the Hebrew Bible.
And I'm Caitlin. I graduated from Booth January 2020, so just last year, with my BSW. I'm also an officer's kid, so home is really relative. I had moved from Hawaii to Winnipeg, which was brutal. And then now I'm living in Vancouver, BC, and working at an organization called Boundless Vancouver with the Salvation Army as their youth and families coordinator.
Very cool. Thank you so much, guys. So why did you choose to study at Booth?
Can answer that. If I'm being completely honest, it was not my first choice. I had applied to a few different schools and actually was planning on studying at Carleton and had gotten accepted there, but when I started to make those decisions, my mom just said, pray about your decision and we'll support you wherever you go. So I did, and my heart completely changed towards going to Booth, and that is saying a lot. And so after a few other different things that kind of came up, I decided to attend Booth, and yeah, it's a lot less of a traditional route of how I got there.
For me, the decision to study at Booth was a little more obvious because my mother had gone in the 90s, so I always knew about Booth, and that was really the only university experience I kind of associated with going into my grade 12 year and kind of thinking about university. But when I went to Booth Bound and kind of saw the learning experience there and kind of met some of the professors, that's when I really realized that this is where I wanted to be.
For me, I had a choice. I already kind of knew that I wanted to go to a Christian university. I was living in Ontario, so we have one right down the road in Redeemer. And I grew up as a Salvationist, so I knew about Booth growing up. So my family and I decided to kind of compare the costs, compare the education. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but I knew that I enjoyed business. And so it actually came down to the idea that it actually was cheaper with the scholarship program that Booth had for me to fly to Winnipeg and live in dorms than it would be for me to live at home and drive a car into Redeemer University. So that's what I decided to do. I took the plunge and I came out here and never regretted it.
Mm-hmm. So what was your favorite part, or what was something you really enjoyed about studying at Booth or living at Booth, or what was a highlight?
I'll start this time. As I predicted, during Booth Bound, I think I had really meaningful relationships with professors because the classes were so small and the school was so small that you could meet everyone really easily. Like I just remember having lunch with, professors in the Booth Bistro and just kind of meeting everybody really quickly, having close relationships with the people in residence. I felt like that was such a meaningful experience for me and really shaped me, as a person, and being able to continue my studies, like just being able to talk to your professors like real people it was really wonderful.
Ditto on the small classes. That was huge, especially for someone that's an introvert. You feel way more comfortable asking questions, getting to know your professors. From a BSW point of view, like with the social work, I loved how hands-on and practical things were. I've talked to a lot of friends from different schools who have done their social work degree, and there's a huge emphasis on theory, which is important, and like Booth does that as well, but we also kind of balance that out with practicing those theories and like getting tangible, I guess, learning in that sense. So filming and practicing these skills. And that was instrumental in my learning. Like that really drove in what I was learning, but it stuck with me afterwards. So that was huge.
I'm going to further endorse that. I loved my class sizes. So the program that I'm in is quite small. And so I had classes where it was just me and a few students with the teachers, and I was able to really pick their brain. And also the teachers really did care. And I think that's what really inspired me, was like, there was some times where I was going through a not a great situation and they could tell, and they were like, are you doing okay? Is there anything that we can do to help? Is there something like a study guide that we need? And you could tell when the class wasn't doing well, and then they would help and adjust their teaching to be able to get more students to understand the content. And so with the small program and the SAT classes that we have, it just felt more like I was actually learning and being able to apply that to the real world compared to just learning it in the textbook.
Those are really great answers. What about something meaningful or a highlight about being a Salvationist on campus? Any thoughts there?
I'll start. I think getting to find your core. So Winnipeg has 6 cores now. And they all offer a very unique community. They all kind of are known for their own little things. And so finding where you feel the most at home. If you wanted to go to the big band with the songsters, you would go to Heritage. If you wanted to sit down at coffee tables and have a conversation, you'd go to Wiedema. And so it just broadened your understanding of the Army, because there's not just one corps, but there's 6.
I think for me too, what came to my mind was just having the support from the school to be engaged in church programs. So I was really involved in several different youth ministries at the corps I attended. And after I graduated, I actually ended up working for 2 years as the children and youth ministry coordinator there. And I think in large part it was because I had already gained some relationships with those kids. I had already gotten to know and love the core members and really make it like my church family. And to me, that was so influential that I had transportation to get to my core, and I was provided that by my school, and it was encouraged as part of, the Salvationist scholarship, but also just your professors want to know about what you're doing at your church and want to know more about your experience in Winnipeg as a whole. And so, yeah, I think that really formed my experience as a Salvationist at Booth.
And just going off of what we talked about earlier with the smaller school size, I appreciated that because it really it formed my faith in a unique way, in that my peers and I could kind of develop from the bottom up, so like grassroots, I guess, different parts to form our faith. So whether it be like leading worship nights or creating like a small residence Bible study, there was just unique ways to grow in leadership, as well as kind of both evangelism but also discipleship with each other. And so that was something I don't think I would have gotten anywhere else.
Last question: if you could say one thing to potential Booth UC Salvationist students, what would you want them to know?
I think of a piece of advice that I would give them is just take every opportunity that's afforded to you to be involved in the community of Booth. I feel like that was really rewarding, that I was working at Booth sometimes, and other times I'd be helping out with different events or orientations and things, and just being engaged and getting to know that community was so rewarding for me. So definitely, do as much as you can, help out at your church, or just be active in the school, and you're fed that way, you spiritually grow that way. So that would just be the piece of advice I give them.
I would say that if you can afford it, I would say live on dorms for your first year. I think a lot of foundational relationships that I formed with some of my best friends was at that first year of being at school, and it kind of just brought a whole new aspect to university, because now you have people to study with that are in your program, or you have different people coming from all walks of life, and it just really ties that bond for you for being in school and having that support and community.
I don't know if I'm interpreting this question wrong, so stop me if I am, but mine is more towards like potential Booth students that are considering it. So my message is for the skeptic that was like me. I went to Booth Bound just to hang out with friends, and jokes on me because I ended up attending there. So I just say open your heart and your eyes to maybe you will come away with an entirely different appreciation, and find yourself in the same shoes as me. So just don't say nothing like, God, you can't force me, because you're gonna be tricked.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking time to chat with us today and joining us for this little bit of Booth Bound. We really appreciate hearing your stories, and we really are so proud to have you as alumni. So yeah, thank you guys so much. All right, so we are almost at the end of our time together, and that means it is time to announce the winners of the prizes. So first, we are going to do the draw for the early bird registration. So anyone who registered before December 31st was entered into a draw to win a pair of AirPod Pros. And we're going to ask Dr. Burke to pick and announce that name.
All right, the winner is Katrina Davey.
Katrina Davey, all right. Congratulations. So next, we would have announced the winner of our Instagram contest, but unfortunately, we didn't have any qualifying entries. So we're going to do another draw, and I'm going to draw that one, and that will be David Correa. So congratulations, David, on winning our Nintendo Switch. And our winner of the Kahoot was Avery, I believe I'm right there. So you have won the Booth UC Swag Prize Package. So congratulations. So for all of our winners, please contact me at kaylee.gillis@boothuc.ca. We'll put that in the chat. To claim your prize. So I will look for emails from the three of you. So before we say farewell today, our interim president, Dr. Donald Burke, is here with us with his greetings and a special message for all of you Booth Bounders. Dr. Burke is a Salvationist, and he was the one who first inspired and started the Booth Bound experience. We wouldn't have an event like this today if it wasn't for all that he does for Booth UC and the Salvation Army.
Thanks, Kaylee, for that introduction. Appreciate it a great deal. I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us this evening. It's a great pleasure to have you as our guests and to have you part of this Booth Bound experience. We've been doing Booth Bound for a number of years now, and it's always been a great event for Salvationist students to gather and to learn more about Booth University College. As we think about Booth University College, I want to share with you a little bit about the motto that you'll see on just about everything we do and everything we produce at Booth, and that is education for a better world. About 10 years ago, as Booth was making the transition to a university college, we began to think about, was there a way of encapsulating the mission of Booth University College? Was there a way of encapsulating the mission of Booth as an institution of the Salvation Army? We understand that education is often about us, about you as students, about you finding your way in the world, developing the skills and the knowledge that will prepare you for life and to make a contribution. But we thought that a Booth education should be about more than you. In fact, we began to enlarge our horizon to think about a Booth University College education as education for a better world. So when you think about Booth University College, yes, think about yourself and all the good, positive experiences you'll have. Yes, think about the quality of the education you'll receive, but also remember that we want to prepare you and inspire you to make this a better world. And so we hope that if you come to Booth, you'll experience this education for a better world. Thank you for joining us, and I wish you all the best as you discern your way as an educational choice in the future.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing your applications, so you can head over to boothuc.ca now to apply for free. If you have any questions, we are here to answer them, so feel free to contact any of us in the email addresses that we are going to put in the chat, and we are here for any questions you might have. We hope that you have been informed and inspired and now know a little bit more about Booth University College. We can't wait to see you on campus in the coming years. Have a great evening, stay safe and healthy. Goodbye.
Good night.